My name is Mars and there's a glare in my glasses. Please just ignore it. First of all, I just want to say sorry for the fact that I haven't uploaded in, I think, 3 weeks. I will tell you why, just not right now because I want to get to the point first. I feel like that's something I should just talk about later. Today I'm gonna be doing the BOOKTUBE newbie tag. You obviously didn't know that at all. Like this was a surprise to you, absolutely. You clicked on the video and it was a complete surprise. But I know I have uploaded at least 4 videos, so that's a month at least of videos, but I decided that I'm still technically a newbie. I thought it'd be fun to do, because you know, you get to just know some more stuff about me. Isn't that kind of exciting? No, it's not exciting. So the first question is, why did you start this channel? So I don't want to sound pretentious. This is about to sound really pretentious, I'm just letting you know. I haven't watched any booktubers that hate the same books as I do. Sure, they like the same books as I do, they just don't hate the same books as I do. Which, that sounds kind of dumb, but here's the thing, is I don't want to read books that I hate, and they never hate the books I hate. Does that make sense? I want to read a book that I'm gonna like, so when they like a book, I'll give an example. What If It's Us? I really hated What If It's Us. A lot of booktubers really liked What If It's Us. I hated it. I think it was one of my least favorite books. So having that highly recommended to me and going to go read it was kind of disappointing, if that makes sense. So I just wanted someone in the community that hated the same books as I did. But I obviously couldn't just make that happen, so I was like, hey, maybe some people feel the same way as me about this situation. So I was like, I guess I'll be that person. So you got stuck with me, sorry. So the next question is, what are some fun and unique things you can bring to BOOKTUBE? Sorry, I'm not reading it word for word, it's just the general question. And I didn't really like that question, because I didn't want it to be what can you bring? You have to bring something cool and unique. No shade to the person who made that question. I understand why they made that question, but personally I didn't like answering that question because I didn't want to be oh, well, I'm special because of this and I have to bring this unique thing in order to come here. And I know that totally wasn't the point of the question. I just don't want to answer it like that. So instead I'm going to answer it a little bit differently, which is kind of low-key, it's the same thing. I'm low-key just answering the same question, just in a different way. So really, I'm just a hypocrite, and I accept that. But basically, I feel there aren't, I don't know, maybe I'm on the wrong side of BOOKTUBE, maybe. I don't know. I haven't watched every single booktuber. It's very hard to do that. I don't see a lot of queer LGBTQ booktubers. I am both genderqueer and queer. I'm pansexual and gender fluid. So those are 2 very queer things. I really just don't know how to articulate myself right now. I'm so sorry. I wish I could articulate that better. I can't. Something just flew in front of my window. Sorry. Next question is, what are you most excited about for this channel? And honestly, I'm so excited to share my opinions. I'm a very opinionated person. I'm also very passionate about my opinions. I don't know if you've noticed that yet. Also, in addition to that, I really like talking to other people about the books that I do or don't like, and just getting super excited or super passionate about our feelings for it. So that's what I'm really excited about. I'm excited about the comments. I'm excited to reply to comments. I'm excited to interact with people. That is the most exciting thing for me. 10 out of 10. Also, very excited for a reason to read more books, because sometimes I get into reading slumps and I just use that as an excuse to just never read again. No more of that. I'm not letting myself do that anymore. I mean, I will let myself get into reading slumps because I know it's bad to just force yourself to read, but I just won't have a reason to get out of the reading slump, if that makes sense. So the next question is, why do you love reading? Or like reading? I'm sorry. Not that that's very much of a different question, but I like reading because it's very relaxing. That's it. I was so excited to answer that, and I was like, it's just relaxing. But I mean, also I like that I don't, this might sound a little bit weird, Or maybe it doesn't, maybe it's totally normal. But like, I like that I don't have to live real life when I'm in a book. Like, I can just be somewhere else and I don't have to worry about it, which is very like, got me through a lot, you know? Like, not in a deep way, just in a like, if I was stressed out, reading, good. Don't even have to worry about the things I'm stressing about. An essay, pfft, I'm not even in Earth. Not the real one. Pfft, whatever, essays don't exist. So, you know. The next question is, what book series got you into reading? Or what book or series got you into reading? And I started reading at a very young age, and like, not in a braggy way, that's just what happened. Like, I'm not trying to be like, I'm a reading veteran. Like, I just did. I'm sorry. When I was a kid, I read. I wasn't trying to impress anyone back then, I promise. But so I don't really know what book got me into reading or what series got me into reading. I can make a wild guess. Probably something like Junie B. Jones. I really also liked Harold and the Purple Crayon. That was my shit. I'm sure that was also everyone else's shit, but I need you to know that that was also my shit. So the next question is, what questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? I don't really have many favorite booktubers. Like, I might have one, and even then I don't think she's technically a booktuber. She just sometimes talks about books. But like, if I had a bunch of like favorite booktubers, I would totally want to sit around with them in like a room and just talk about all our favorite books, all the books we hate, like just chit chat about what we think about things. That is so much fun. There's nothing I like more than just like finishing something and then talking about it for hours. I'm sure everyone else feels the same way. I mean, I feel like that's like a normal human thing to do, but I like would love to do that with some people that agree with my opinions. That'd be so freaking fantastic. Next question is my favorite question. What challenges do you think starting a booktube will be the hardest to overcome? I think personally the challenges that'll be the hardest for me is time management. Like, I'm in college. I film literally right before my class because I have no morning classes. I only have afternoon classes. I have to film before my class and then edit after my class. Usually after my class is when I'm the laziest. So sometimes I just don't want to edit. So sometimes my videos go out late. It's because I'm a piece of shit, okay? I'm not even gonna pretend. Another thing is like motivation, because like I was on spring break at one point. That's why I didn't upload one time. And I just didn't want to upload. I just didn't want to do it because I was on spring break and I wanted to hang out with my friends instead. So motivation's gonna be kind of hard for me too, if I'm gonna be super honest with you. The two other times I didn't upload were like valid reasons, but like that was the one time that I could have just like saved the non-uploading streak and like uploaded something. I even brought my camera on spring break, but I just didn't want to do it. Also, there was nowhere to film. It was just kind of, there was nowhere to have a background. I know I've like had no issue with that before, but still, I just didn't feel like filming. I'm so sorry. Also, I feel like reading slumps are gonna be hard because like I'm gonna just not read anything and then fully just not have anything to talk about sometimes, and like that's just gonna suck. So that's what's up. When did you start reading? I started reading when I was a kid. Like I said, my mom started me very young. She was very adamant about me reading. Like she was reading to me as a kid. The minute I could read, she was like, here's a book, read it. And you know what, she was lucky. I loved it. I know a lot of kids, like parents, do the same things to their kids and the kids don't end up liking it so much. I just got lucky, so did my mom. We just both were like, yes, reading, and that's just how it happened. The next question is, where do you read? I read in my room, mostly on my bed, so this is where I read, surrounded by photographs that I'm meaning to change pretty soon, because I've had the same ones all year. Sorry, I'm totally looking at the viewfinder. It's because I'm looking back at the pictures. I'm totally guilty. But like, yeah, I need to change some of these. A lot of these are just the same, from the same thing, same movie, like 5 different times. I need to change them. Also, I shamefully realized that I have no women representation. It was because I was going through a phase where all I wanted was to be a dude. That's how gender fluidity works sometimes. So I just put dudes on my wall because I was like, haha, dude energy. So now I need to add some females because I'm not feeling that dude energy as severely as I was. Now I'm feeling kind of balanced. I'm like, yes, I like both. I want to be both. So the last question is, what kind of books do you like to read? And I'm so sorry, but I'm gonna have so much trouble answering this question because I'm kind of picky. I like fantasy sometimes, only sometimes, and I feel like I like fantasy probably the least. What I can say is I really like LGBTQ plus books, but I don't like it when it's just romance. Like that's not my thing. Like I like romance, I really do. But I've also liked Jenny Han's series. I know this isn't the first one, but the P.S. I Still Love You, that series, which is, To All the Boys I've Loved Before. I really liked that series, so I don't know if that's just, I don't know. I really couldn't tell you. I'm so sorry that I keep contradicting myself. I just am so picky with books. I like all kinds of books, I guess, but like I'm picky with the books that I like. So I don't know what to tell you. I'll take any recommendations. I am kind of afraid of sci-fi. That's because I just feel like I don't know all the terminology they throw at me sometimes. So, but I'll read anything. Like I'm down. Like I'll read anything. So that's all for the questions, but I do want to address why I didn't upload. It's going to be really quick, I promise. So 1 week I had midterms. That was so stressful. I had 3 tests in one day, 3 midterms in one day. And I was just so drained that like I couldn't upload before when I was studying. Like for the midterms I couldn't upload because I was studying, and then after the midterms I couldn't upload because I was so drained from the freaking midterms because I had 3 in one day and I was supposed to film the next day, and I couldn't do anything. I didn't even go to class. I also, after those 3 midterms, had my period. So I was dying of cramps and so much pain everywhere. And I like was just taking Advil the whole day to the point where I got loopy. So I was just a mess that day. I couldn't upload. I really just couldn't. So studying for midterms and then exhaustion for midterms plus period. But also, you recall when I said I was on spring break and had the time to upload and didn't because I was lazy? That's the 3rd reason. And I'm sorry. But I also didn't foresee me having so many issues afterwards. So I apologize for that. So thank you for watching my video about talking about myself. I promise I'll have better content next week, I hope. I guess I shouldn't make promises I can't keep. I promise I'll try to make better content next week. But thank you for watching anyway, especially if you've gotten this far. I feel like none of you do. Not in a mean way. Wow, it's just an insecure thing, I promise. I'm not trying to be shady. Anyway, I should stop now before I get too ahead of myself. I hate outros.